Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome for another legendary unboxing video. And I say legendary because today I am taking a look at the legendary scale Yoda statue by Sideshow Collectibles. Big thanks to my man Chris Payne for hooking me up with this because this one here is my birthday present. I've been excited to open it all weekend, so without further ado, let's get to it. All right, so we got them all out of the box already. This is the styrofoam, obviously. There's no art box that comes with this one, so there's not much to it. It just has this picture that comes right over. Sits right on top of the top part of the styrofoam, you know, and that's it. So that's just what it's gonna look like, all right? And then you have all of the parts right here. So you got Yoda's body. It's got to be the head. There he is, Master Yoda. He is there. All right, and then you got the base, and probably his cane. Feels like his cane. Yeah, definitely parts of his cane, some wood there, and all that. Some other little small pieces. Doesn't look that complicated. So without further ado, let's get this put together. First thing is first, the base there is. All right, so here's the base. All right, looking really good. I like the little water details. They could have gone a little bit more glossy with the water there, but it's all right. It's supposed to be muddy. A paint otherwise looks pretty good to me. The base has no numbered edition on this one. It just says limited edition. So I don't know exactly how many were made, but this is my first legendary. And I'm really excited to see what the rest of this looks like. That wood effect looks really good. That looks good. All right, next up is the body. Here's the body. Really like the way the clothing looks on this one. The legendaries feature mixed media material. He's got a pin right up his butt, right up the bum hole. Got a pin up my butt I have. And he's missing his hands and his head. So I'm assuming that's in the box there. So let's see, how would this guy go? Looks like he sits this way. All right. So there's the pin, goes right into a hole right here up on the top piece of wood, and he just sits in place, I hope. You say he's got a piece of wood up his butt. Man, that fits in tight. Pop that back out. Tighter than I thought it would fit. It's definitely going in that way. Looks like it goes in on an angle. Okay. There we go. Just need to put a little pressure on it. And cover up the pin there and everything. All right, so now we got the hands. You got two hands. Here's one. Right there. Nice color and everything. Here's the other. All right, and they kind of sit on top of each other like that. And then there's a stick here, and the stick goes inside of that hand. So this one looks like it goes in here. And there's a peg. Sits in place. I think it looks like that. Looks like the stick is resting on his foot. And then the other one goes inside here. You just gotta pull back the shirt a little bit so you can see how it goes, and it's gonna sit in there like that. All right, so now we got some elements that go into the water here, in the muddy water, and each one of these pieces here are color coded. So they got like a little color coding spot right there on the magnets, and inside of the mud they have the corresponding piece. So it just simply pops right in. I would hope it pops right in anyway. And this one definitely goes here. So there's actually two parts here, and one part goes into this log that sits right here. So this is gonna sit in kind of like this. Kind of a weird little fit. So it goes in just like that. All right, and the last finishing touch, I know it's really hard to see. There's this little peg in the rock there, and then there's this like dragonfly thing, and it just kind of lays right in there like that. All right, and then last but not least is that beautiful head of Yoda. Check that out. Wow, that looks really, really good. Judge me by my size, do you? You can open up the cloak cloak the tunic that he's wearing a little bit, so that you can more easily slide the head in. Alright, you can close it right there. Alright, there he is, Master Yoda in the house. That's what's up. It's looking cool. Before I get to talking about this though, I want to share with you guys something that my good friend Seth got me, because this thing's pretty dope. Check this out, man. This is a Darth Vader pop figure. Check that out. Really, really awesome. What makes this one kind of special though is that it features graffiti art on it by somebody named Futura. Now, I'm not really familiar with Futura's artwork, but I really like what they did to the Darth Vader. So this one was sold at Target, and it comes in a hard case already. And just judging by the way he looks on the inside, I don't think I'm ever going to take it out of the packaging. There's going to be one that's going to stay in there. It's dope. Really like it. Thanks, Seth. I really appreciate it, man. This looks awesome. Now, let's talk about Master Yoda. So this is a legendary statue we got right here. Legendary scale statue. So the legendary statues are right around 1/3 scale, I think, roughly. They really don't say what their true scale is, but they are on the large side, much bigger than a 1/4 scale. And Yoda is just on the smaller size of things, because he's just a little guy, you know, but still packs a whole bunch of punch in the statues. Looks really good. So the legendary statues feature the mixed media material, so all of his clothing is mixed media, and you know, including the belt. The belt's kind of like a pleather material, and the cloak is obviously a fabric. So is the tunic that he's wearing underneath. He does feature some realistic hair on him, so that's cool as well. Yoda himself, the head and the hands are all sculpted. So is the cane that he has there, and then the entire base is sculpted. So that's what you get with this piece. Normal price on this one is $700 retail, and it's still available on Sideshow site. I picked up this one from my friend Chris Payne, who called me up because I posted this on the Facebook group talking about that I was interested in it because I was trying to see about getting a Yoda again. I used to have a life-size statue of Yoda a long time ago, and I had to get rid of it. So I thought that this was going to be something cool to have, and you know, I have a little Yoda that's kind of on the big side. So that's why I wanted to get him. So he called me up and he's like, "Yo, George, I saw your post, you know, and I got one for you, and you know, it was a good deal." So he hooked me up, man, and I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. So the statue itself, the lower part of the base, I think is painted really, really nicely. I love all of the texture work and details they put into the wood, especially back here in the areas you can't see where the log is cut off. I mean, it looks really good. All this texture work in there, and it's painted very nicely to make it look very realistic. Same thing with this part of here, the base. I think that looks really good. I think they could have done a little bit more to make this wet looking. Like I would have liked to see maybe like a clear resin onto the liquid, which I think would have given it that extra push that I felt like this one could have needed. But it's still not bad. It has a nice gloss to it, which makes you feel like it's water. So I think that's cool. And then you got this little cool dragonfly here that adds a nice effect to it as well. So I think that's neat too. The mixed media, all of the material that's on here, I think that's done very nicely. I love the weathering they did on the bottom of the cloak. It looks really good. I like how dirty it looks and everything. So it looks like it's aged, you know, all the way around. So I think that looks really nice the way they did that. Same thing with the tunic underneath. I think that looks really good as well. Yoda sits in there nicely. It's got a nice tight peg, so this thing isn't moving anywhere. So that's good. All right. I also like how they feature this little like flute thing that he has. That's neat. You know, so very much like how he looked in Empire Strikes Back, right? When we first see Yoda. You know, I think they did a really good job of capturing that portrait and a nice work with that. And I really like the way that the pores and all of the wrinkles around his eyes and everything. You know, he's the older, wiser Yoda. So this is like my favorite look for him, you know, the way he came out. So I think that looks really, really cool. Very excited to have this one in my collection, man. Can't tell you guys enough. So Yoda stands roughly 17, almost 17 inches tall, a little over 17 inches tall. And then he's about 12 inches deep and about 11 inches wide. So he's not a huge piece, you know? So that's cool. It's gonna be very easy to put into a best of, very easy to put into even a DTOF, I think. You know, so I think this is gonna fit real nicely in my collection of my Star Wars pieces. Looking forward to getting more of these. But as always, guys, I'm interested to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about this legendary Yoda? Really happy to have him in my collection. Did you pick him up? Are you going to pick him up? Are you on the fence for him? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, guys, keep it marvelous.